Welcome to new video. We will explain in this video determination of standard consistence and setting times according to EN 196-3.
Principle. Cement paste of standard consistence has a specified resistance to penetration by a standard plunger. The water required for such a paste is determined by trial penetrations of pastes with different water contents. The setting time is determined by observing the penetration of a needle into cement paste of standard consistence until it reaches a specified value. Equipment.
1. Lightly oiled mold. 2. Plastic scraper. 3. Needles. 4. Vicat Apparatus. 5. Mixer. Adjust the manual Vicat apparatus with the plunger by lowering the plunger to rest on the base plate to be used and adjusting the pointer or the scale to read 0.
Procedure. Weigh, to an accuracy of plus or minus 1 gram, 500 gram of cement. Weigh, a quantity of water, for example 125 gram, and add into bowl. Then add cement into the bowl, and taking care to avoid loss of water or cement.
Immediately start the mixer at low speed while starting the timing of the mixing stages. In addition, record the time to the nearest minute as 0 time. Stop the mixer after 90 seconds for 30 seconds, during which remove by means of a suitable rubber or plastic scraper all the paste adhering to the wall and bottom part of the bowl, and place it in the middle of the bowl. Restart the mixer and run at low speed for a further 90 seconds. The total mixer running time shall be 3 minutes.
Remove any voids in the paste by gently tapping the slightly overfilled mold against the ball of the hand.
Transfer the paste immediately to the lightly oiled mold, which has previously been placed on the lightly oiled base plate, and fill it to excess without undue compaction or vibration.
Remove the excess by a gentle sawing motion with a straight-edged implement in such a way as to leave the paste filling the mold and having a smooth upper surface. Immediately after leveling the paste, transfer the mold and base plate to the Vicat apparatus and position it centrally under the plunger. Lower the plunger gently until it is in contact with the paste. Pause in that position for between 1 second and 2 seconds in order to avoid initial velocity or forced acceleration of the moving parts. Then release the moving parts quickly and allow the plunger to penetrate vertically into the center of the paste. The release of the plunger shall occur 4-10 seconds after 0 time. Read the scale at least 5 seconds after penetration has ceased, or 30 seconds after the release of the plunger, whichever is the earlier.
If the reading above 8 or below 4, please repeat the test with pastes containing different water contents until one is found to produce a distance between plunger and baseplate of 6 plus or minus 2 mm. Remove the excess by a gentle sawing motion with a straight-edged implement in such a way as to leave the paste filling the mold and having a smooth upper surface. Place the filled mold and base plate in the humidity cabinet, in the temperature-controlled enclosure at 20°C plus or minus 10 degrees Celsius. To be ready for measure initial setting. Determination of standard consistence equals weight of water divided to weight of cement multiplied by 100. For example, if we run sample take cement equals 500 g and water equals 135 g. This water complied with plunger penetration, 6 plus or minus 2. Standard consistence equals 135 divided to 500, multiplied by 100 is equal to 27%. Determination of initial setting time. Remove the plunger and replace it by the needle of initial setting. Adjust the Vicat apparatus with the needle attached in advance of the test, by lowering the needle to rest on the base plate to be used, positioned inside the container, and adjusting the pointer or the scale to read 0. Raise the needle to the standby position. After a suitable time, position the mold, base plate and container under the needle of the Vicat apparatus. Lower the needle gently until it is in contact with the paste. Pause in that position for between 1s and 2s in order to avoid initial velocity or forced acceleration of the moving parts. Then release the moving parts quickly and allow the needle to penetrate vertically into the paste. Read the scale when penetration has ceased, or 30s after the release of the needle. Whichever is the earlier. Repeat the penetration on the same specimen at conveniently spaced positions, not less than 8 mm from the rim of the mold or 5 mm from each other. And at least 10 mm from the last penetration position, at conveniently spaced intervals of time, e.g. at 10-minute intervals to get penetration reading s, 6 plus or minus 3 mm. The time elapsed between 0 time and the time at which the distance between the needle and the base plate is 6 plus or minus 3 mm, measured to the nearest minute, is the initial setting time of the cement. Determination of final setting time. After a suitable time, position the mold, base plate and container under the needle of the Vicat apparatus, then release the moving parts quickly and allow the needle to penetrate vertically into the paste. Read the scale when penetration has ceased, or 30s after the release of the needle, whichever is the earlier. Repeat the penetrations on the same specimen at conveniently spaced positions. At conveniently spaced intervals of time, e.g. at 30-minute intervals. Between penetrations keep the specimen in the container in the temperature-controlled enclosure. Clean the Vicat needle immediately after each penetration. Record the time at which the needle first penetrates only 0.5 mm into the specimen, together with the time from 0. This time is that at which the ring attachment first fails to mark the specimen and may be accurately established by reducing the time interval between penetrations near the final setting time. The final setting time shall be confirmed by repeating the test in 2 other positions. Thank you for watching.